So in this video we will be writing a program to print the tuition fee of a student. Okay, the tuition fee basically usually it is in state is always say $8,000, and the outstate fees for people who are not resident of the state, let's say $7,000 extra. All right, so your program first has to ask enter 1 if you are a resident, or 0 otherwise. So we need to know, your program has to know whether to charge in-state and out-state or just the in-state. All right, so if resident, right, if you're a resident, then we say you print your tuition fee is equal to whatever this in-state value, whatever is there in there, right? Else, that means you are not a resident, you print your tuition fee equal to in-state plus out-state. You need to print both, right? Plus. So that's all we are going to do, right? This is the algorithm we have. So we're going to write a program for that, and as usual, let's go and take out a simple Visual Studio, and I'll take a new project. We'll app console tuition fee. All right, tuition fee. Very simple, and so we have here, so we need to declare dimension in state as integer. We can declare a constant, right? 8,000. Dimension outstate as integer equal to 7,000. We can do those two. Okay, then let's go dim resident. We're going to ask the user and store the value in here. All right, and let's put the total also. Dim total fee as integer. All right, and so total fee for non-residents, we can keep that, and total fee for residents as integer, right? Sorry about that. So total fee for residents is same as in-state, right? And total fee for non-state is in-state plus out-state, right? So we have those two things, right? Now we need to ask console write line enter 1 if you are a resident, or 0 otherwise, right? So we need to ask the user. So before we asking, we can just hard code the value, or just console dot read line, oh, read line, it has to go to resident. And here we need to convert this value, convert int 32. All right, sorry, two. All right, so we discussed this too in the class, how to do these things, right? And then we're going to ask if resident equal 1, that means it's a resident, print, not print, console. This is exactly we're going to do that, right? Your total fee for being resident is, we the same thing here, total fee for resident, right? So if you look at this code, if it's a resident, we are checking that if you what you entered is equal to 1, we need to print the fee for in-state, right? Total fee for residence is what has that value, so we need to print it, right? Else we need to just copy this guy for being non-resident, right? And that's it, right? So this is what called decision making statements. If he is a resident, we'll execute this code, right? Else, if he's not a resident, we are going to we're going to print the total fee for non-residents. So it's very simple. You can simplify this algorithm without using these two statements, but I just want to make it a little simpler and so less confusion. So this algorithm is very clear. It's and it just uses one decision making statement, right? And basically my output is very simple, right? So let's go and run this guy. Say enter 1 if you're resident, 0 otherwise. I'm going to press 1, right? Your total fee for being resident is 8,000. That's what we print. See that? If it is 1, this is printed that guy, right? So let's go ahead and remove that guy. Let's run it this time for a non-resident, 0. Your total fee for being non-resident is 1,500. See that? It printed that guy. Because we entered 0, that means 0 means this statement is false, right? And what if I enter some other value, say 4? So it's taking that 4 as a non-resident. Why is that? Because we only tested putting the if then else statement if resident equal to 1, right? But we didn't say if it's 0. So generally we can say if resident equal to 0. If you do that, then now what happens is if resident is equal to 1, right, that line get executed. The user enters 0, that means a non-resident, and anything else it doesn't do anything. All right. You can even write one more if then else statement, else resident or non-resident. So we can say, just simply say, we can simply say error in calculation or no such status, something like that. Error, input data incorrectly entered, please try again. All right, so now if I go back and test it, let's say I put 4, input data incorrectly entered. You see that? So that is how your program should evolve, right? First we said resident, then we tested for non-resident, we found a problem with that, then we fixed the problem, right? We fixed that problem by adding this else statement. All right, so that's how all programs work, they evolve over time, right? So this is a good example of how to write your program. All right, thank you.